Hey, what's up, you amazing hackers? Hope you're all doing well. I hope you've seen the news. FBI has been hacked, my friends. FBI's vetted info sharing network, InfraGuard, hacked, Crab says. So we also have apparently data of 80,000 members put up for sale. We're gonna have a look at this article and hopefully learn a little bit more about this crazy story. So the FBI was repeatedly breached recently, repeatedly also, on December 10th, 2022. That is very recent, my friends, as of the recording of this video. That's about 8 days ago. A database containing the contact information of more than 80,000 members of the FBI's InfraGuard went up on sale on an underground hacking forum. So if we have a little bit of a look at InfraGuard, you guys will see, there we go, that it is actually of the FBI. It's a product that they seem to use, and it allows them to work together with the private sector for the protection of US critical infrastructure. This is apparently done through seamless integration, collaboration. InfraGuard is connecting owners and operators within critical infrastructure to the FBI to provide education, information sharing, networking, and workshops on emerging technologies and threats. That is a bad thing, of course. We really don't want to have that happen. InfraGuard's membership include business executives, entrepreneurs, lawyers, security personnel, military and government officials, IT professionals, academia, and state and local law enforcement, all dedicated to contributing industry-specific insights and advancing national security. And also about getting breached, apparently. I mean, just freaking look at this website. Does the FBI have a fucking fetish for old, outdated-looking websites? Because damn, dude. So we can look at the fact sheet. We're not going to do that, but it's about critical infrastructure, which makes it really bad, of course. According to Brian Krebs of Krebs on Security, who first reported the breach, data was put up for sale on Breached, an English language cybercrime forum, for $50,000. Krebs contacted the seller going by the moniker US DoD, who said they stole the data by impersonating the CEO of an unnamed but major US financial corporation engaged in credit rating assessments of Americans. Okay, so it's just a simple case of impersonation. Well, it might not have been that simple, but still, getting in there in that system by impersonating somebody else and then seeing other people's data. So the information, what that specifically means, we don't know yet, but maybe we'll find out. US DoD obtained the data by applying for a new account on InfraGuard, the federal law enforcement agency's information sharing program with the private sector. If we go back, we see that we might be able to get a new account here somehow. We can contact them potentially. We can see in the brochure, here we go, already joined today, I'm blind. Well, looks like our friend did join today. So I don't know what information is needed. Social security numbers, legal names, date of birth, citizen information, employment status, employer/organization name, job title, which is aren't you like supposed to prove that you are what you say you are? I hope that in some of the next steps you at least have to upload some information. Because if you don't, that is kind of bad. Look at this. I hope that in the next step, well, I'm not going to go through with it because, of course, I am not an applicant. But that seems pretty bad so far. When you register, they said that to be approved can take at least 3 months. US DoD told Krebs, I wasn't expecting to be approved. The threat actor ran a Python script to query data through an application programming interface, an API, present across several key components of the website. Dr. Ilya Kolochenko, Chief Architect and CEO of ImmuniWeb, Adjunct Professor of Cybersecurity and Cyberlaw at Capital Technology University, and a member of the Europol Data Protection Experts Network, told Spiceworks, this incident highlights once again that the internet-facing web applications and APIs remain one of the weakest links of an organization, and especially if they stem from what looks to be 1999. I would, however, refrain from making any conclusions before InfraGuard and the FBI finish the investigation and provide a report about the scope of the breach. Breach data includes the names of all breached users, email addresses of half the users, and social security numbers and dates of birth of some. I don't think someone will pay that price, but I have to price it a bit higher to negotiate the price that I want, USDOD explained. So USDOD is performing some good sales tactics there. I guess I'll have to hire him for my sales team. Dr. Kolachenko disagrees. Organized cybercrime groups will readily pay $50,000 to get sensitive personal details of cyber investigators and law enforcement officers to launch sophisticated phishing attacks and impersonation campaigns, trying to get privileged access to other highly sensitive resources or government database by reusing stolen information. Exactly, and even then, this is about critical infrastructure. So if the CEO data of critical infrastructure get leaked, of course, it's much easier to perform these kinds of phishing attacks, impersonation attacks, even SIM swapping attacks. This is bad, my friends. Some cyber gangs may simply pay for the stolen data to launch online stalking and intimidation campaigns against the victims of the breach or even against their family members. Yeah, you'd be surprised. The data is very expensive on the dark web. We're talking about 80,000 records here. I read somewhere that full personnel records per record are worth several dollars per record. So this is definitely not a high price if you compare it to that standard. InfraGuard's purpose is to make information sharing seamless between members, which includes domain agnostic leaders and security professionals, to protect U.S. critical infrastructures such as electrical grids, oil pipelines, the energy sector, healthcare facilities, dams, etc. If the information about the breach is correct, it may have fairly devastating consequences for the cybersecurity and law enforcement professionals who are InfraGuard members, Dr. Kolachenko mentioned. While the breach data suggests that the scope to be relatively insignificant, it does blow open a gap. What? While the breach data suggests the scope to be relatively insignificant, I don't know, dude. That's still pretty significant to me. It does blow open a gaping hole in the FBI's efforts to counter cybercrime. While US DoD was active on InfraGuard, they sent personalized messages to CEOs and others, company leaders requesting contact details which can then be used for phishing and follow-up intrusion activities. That is disgusting work from the FBI. And you might be saying, but Uncle Red, you've been hacked as well before. Yeah, but I'm not the freaking FBI, my friends. It appears this article also goes into the fact that the infiltrators might have been Russian. So we'll go and read a little bit about this as well. Russian hacker group Killnet has claimed to have infiltrated the FBI in a massive cybersecurity attack on the U.S. Security Agency. The pro-Kremlin group has posted online capturing to have stolen the personal data of more than 10,000 U.S. federal agents. So this is potentially something else, posted on the 16th of December. Killnet's attack is yet unverified, but the group claims the data hacked includes social media passwords and bank details. So this is potentially even a different kind of attack. 2 attacks, 2 weeks time. Are you kidding me? Screenshots shared by the group of Telegram appear to boast of access to passwords from online stores, medical ID cards, and Google, Apple, and Instagram accounts. All passwords from online stores to mass acceptance card, Google, and Apple accounts are at our disposal, read the statement attributed to the hackers on Russian Telegram channels. One screen recording appears to show the hacker inside the Facebook account of the US State Department employee. Wow. Jesus Christ, and we worry about deepfakes. Let's first protect the people. Like these people are, they're prime targets. Can't you really see that? Like, of course, if you work for FBI, DoD, you're becoming a prime target yourself, and you should take every precaution that a black hat does. The recording captures the moment the hackers attempted to show control over the hacked account by posting "We are Killnet" on the person's profile page. Killnet is suspected to have been behind a string of attacks against Western government institutions and private companies since the start of the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February. The hackers are suspected of attempting to take down the Eurovision Song Contest website during Ukraine's performance at the 2022 contest. However, the attack was thwarted by Italian authorities. Last month, the group is suspected of launching attacks against the websites of several major airports in the US, successfully bringing the sites down. Imagine if that is not an airport, and imagine if it's a hospital, and imagine if it's not their website, but imagine if it's their critical life support infrastructure. Wow, yikes, that is a good way to make mass casualties, I would say. Earlier this year, Stefan Susanto, a researcher at the Center of Security Studies at ETH Zurich, told Politico, "Many in Russia see them as a hero. Killnet's aim is to make Europeans pay for their unequivocal support of Ukraine and punish Western governments for their anti-Russian sentiment." Another researcher, going by the online pseudonym CyberNo, told Politico, "Killnet works in an emotional way. They seek revenge and retaliation against wrongs they believe have been dealt against Russia and its people." That is, we are entering a state of cybersecurity, of cyber warfare that I think none of us have ever seen before. It's going to be important and more important as time grows that we protect our institutions like they should be protected, and that we see these are prime targets, they should be protected a lot more. We know that they are prime targets, of course, but why is this happening? I wonder, do you have an opinion? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Thank you very much, I really appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, amazing hacker!